wanted to make sure. I was like, I just wanted to make sure, and now I'm like, I'm chilling, podcast. But like, let me.
We got Riley Lassin back, the best. She's
I'm like, did we start?
She's here for 30 seconds. Yeah, she got in town an hour ago. She's leaving in 4 hours.
I smell like airport. Literally, I'm disgusting.
Vegas airport. You smell like cigarettes and lost hope.
It's disgusting. And on the way, I took the plane from JFK to Vegas. Oh. I love a long flight. Like, I don't know, but I can pass out.
Me, I'm the same way.
Like, as soon as I get on it, I'm out. And I got put in the middle seat, and I love the middle seat.
You love the middle seat?
I love the middle seat.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I love the middle seat.
Especially if there's two men on either side.
No way. Okay, so there was a cute, she was like a cute little girl. She was sweet on one side. And we like talked a little bit. Very nice. Good energy. Okay. The other side was like this cute guy.
All right. That's a fun seating.
I never really saw his face.
Yeah, if two big-titted whores were next to me, I'd love the middle seat.
But like, even if not, I love being like enclosed.
Oh, that's interesting.
I don't know. Like, I was like, this is nice. But for some reason, I could not sleep. And about like 3 hours in, I started getting really sweaty and really like
change of
hot
life.
Flashes. Like, I had to throw up. Like, I was not feeling good. I was like, but you're in the middle of people and they're both sleeping.
Yeah.
They're like I feel like I was gonna throw up. I'm like, what am I gonna like?
Yeah, that's happened to me.
What do I do? What do I do?
That's happened to me before, but only when I've eaten too much weed. I had like
eating too much.
Well, I had like 100 milligram cookie, and I'm like, oh fuck, this is taking a turn on me, you know.
And you don't know who to turn to. Who do you turn to?
Well, I woke the guy up, went to the bathroom, and I literally just stood in the bathroom like brushing that disgusting little sink water on my face.
Oh, God,
for like 5 minutes.
You put it on your face
to try and take myself out of it.
Oh,
and I literally just paced around the aisles for 10 minutes. I'm like, all right,
it does feel good to pace.
Yeah.
I paced. Yeah. I did a little pacing.
Yeah.
But it was a rough one. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it.
Dude, I'll tell you a fucked up one. I took a flight not too long ago. I got on the plane and I had the window seat.
Mm-hmm. You like the window seat?
The window seat. It was the left side. So when you're walking, I was on the left side of the window seat. So the front of the plane's here. So I guess the right side of the plane. And there was two women, probably over the age of 50, under the age of 70.
Okay.
In the
like
aisle
motherly.
In the middle. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I put my bag on. Oh, I'm right there. I'm like, okay. And they like start to slide their legs over and like for me to climb over them. And I said, no, that'll make me horribly uncomfortable. You mind standing up? They like wanted me to because I mean they were like
they don't want to get up.
They weren't grossly overweight, but they were overweight. So they were like they were spilling.
Like, because they have to get up.
I'm like, you want me to brush my dick and balls across your tits on the way into my seat?
That might have been nice.
I think that's what they wanted.
They honestly probably did not want to get up. The brushing the dick was like an added plus. Yes, that would have been a plus. I don't think in their heads they're like, yes, a fresh dick.
Yeah, we're gonna meet too this young man. We're hoping the aisle.
Let's just say we can't get up. No, seriously, they're probably like, fuck, like we just sat down, and then they're like, but he has a nice butt.
Yeah, I think I literally said to them, I was like, I think it's a little inappropriate. It would make me uncomfortable. You mind getting up?
Did they get up?
I was like, oh yeah, I'm sorry. They got up. When I said I think it's inappropriate.
As soon as they heard that,
they're
like,
oh my God. Like they were ashamed. They gave me like, oh, go ahead. Like, go ahead. Like,
did you ever have sex on an airplane?
Oh God, no. Why? Unless I had a private plane and me and the other person were the only ones on it.
Well, yeah.
Who wants to fucking one of those bathrooms? Would you want to fuck at a porta potty at a fucking music festival? It's disgusting. Go fuck in the tent.
If you asked me this last week and be like, oh, everyone fucked in an airplane, I'd be like, yeah, that sounds kind of fun. But being in it today, not feeling good in that small bathroom, hearing the that flush sound, the like,
yeah,
and
I'm already trying to vape weed in the bathroom.
It, right?
I think they need to be fucking in there too.
Yeah, no. After today, I was like,
yeah, I mean, not a long time ago now, but long enough ago, in my early 30s, I decided, from now on, I'm just having sex in a bed. It's the best place. I have my own apartment. I shouldn't be fucking with a woman that has to fuck outside.
Funny.
It's just more comfortable. It's like, ooh, let's. I've talked about it here. Let's go fuck in the hot tub. Nope. Fuck in the shower. No way. Like, I fuck in the bed. If you want, maybe we'll get crazy on the couch. But
you're like, my knees can't.
There has to be plush.
Any of this.
Exactly. There has to be plush furniture involved. I'm not like, oh, let's go fuck in the kitchen. Why? The bedroom's 5 feet away. Like, what are you doing?
I think at a certain age, it's not even like
the novelty's worn off, man.
And it's like, we're gonna hurt tomorrow.
Yeah,
someone's gonna hit something.
You can do kinky things, but do it on a comfortable mattress. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't
it's the location.
If I'm gonna fuck you in the ass, it doesn't have to happen in the kitchen.
It's not the ass part in the kitchen. Yeah. It's the fact you're in a kitchen.
Yeah, it's like, ooh. Dude, I talked about it. We had a porn star on here a few months back, and we asked her about it. She's like, oh, yeah. She's like, you know what my kink is? Missionary sex on a bed. She's like, because they're always like, oh, let's go fuck on this kitchen countertop. She's like, it's a slab. It's granite slab.
It's gonna hurt.
It's not comfortable for me or the guy.
Right.
Like it's a set. Like it's not. He's like, it's a real luxury to fuck on bed, like on a bed.
Right. You know what? I never even thought about that.
Yeah. And she goes, a lot of times it's a porn couch. A lot of times now they go with a leather white couch because it's easier to clean if you think about it, right?
Oh, I heard white couch, and I was like,
leather white couch. You can spray.
That makes sense. Everything just comes right off.
You just spray it down.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah. And she's like, a lot of times, she's like, because they rent the homes. She goes, sometimes they rent the homes from homeowners. Because rich guy's like, oh, cool.
Oh, that's nice. I've never seen that ever.
They pay me $30,000 to shoot a porno in my house, and I get to watch. Great.
Do they have ads for that?
That's the next question. I have a porn star coming on in a few months, I think.
Yeah, please ask that, because I've never seen an ad.
I want to Airbnb my fucking apartment for porn.
Yeah, I've never seen a Craigslist ad. I've never seen an
and
Actors Access ad.
I just want the craft services table.
You walk downstairs, have some strawberries.
Yeah, exactly.
Some cheese.
But she's like, oh, yeah, and a lot of times, like, the production company brings the couch, because, like, we don't want...
Oh, sure. That's
like,
nice of them.
We don't want to fucking ruin their furniture. So, so there's like a porn couch in storage somewhere in Encino.
Oh my gosh. I've never even thought about
these fuck sessions at people's rented houses.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And if you think about it now, keep an eye. I don't know how often you watch porn.
Keep an eye out.
Yeah, I don't know how often you watch porn or what kind of porn you watch, but keep an eye out. It's a very similar white couch that you see a lot.
Did I ever tell you what happened? I don't think I did. I'm trying to think of the last two episodes if I brought this up. I don't think I have. I was with this dude, and we've been hooking up for a while.
Is this current? Good for you.
No. I haven't. It's been okay. We'll talk.
Okay.
But like,
there's a lot more podcasts left.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, we got 45 and a half minutes left.
It's all I need. Okay,
no, but let's.
Randy's like, it's too long. It's too long. It was like a while. It was a while ago now, but I was hooking up with this guy for a while, so we're comfortable with each other. Yeah. So we're hooking up one night, and he goes, "How about we watch porn?" And I was like, like that? You're like, is this cringy?
No. I've never had a girl suggest it, but I think, and maybe that says a lot about me. They've never suggested it because I think they don't want to know what I'm into, but that's in general. And
look, you don't want to know. You're right.
I don't think I'm into any. I'm definitely not into like fucking furry sex or animal or any of this other weird shit.
Sure.
I mean, like the crazy thing I watch is like like, oh, we put it in her butt. Like.
Okay.
I get weirded out. I don't know if you've ever seen an anal prolapse. That happens, and
that's on the porn. That's
like I was just watching a porn, like doing what you do.
That's like a medical
and then all of a sudden, like her asshole went inside out. I was like, oh. I had I stopped, turned the laptop down.
Is that painful? Is she
I'm
okay?
Done. Yeah, it didn't look right. It looked medical.
Okay.
But that's the thing, like. Men and women are into very different things usually sexually.
See, I don't have to watch porn. I just use my brain.
Yeah, well, that's yes.
I just use my memories.
Yeah, do what everyone else does and envision having sex with someone else while you're having sex with the person you're having sex with.
Okay, no, not when I have
do what we all do and fantasize about someone else while you're fucking.
That's so funny, but when I'm like masturbate, all that, like I'm thinking of something, I'm not actually watching something.
Oh, okay.
And I think a lot of women do that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they use their memories.
Well, women have, and that's my point about watching porn. I think two gay guys watching porn would make sense. A straight guy and a straight gal who are hooking up watching porn. What women find sexually enticing is usually very different than what men do. Men are very visual, very guttural, very...
Oh, so you think if we watch something, it's going to be maybe a turn off because you're like...
Or not even that's a turn off. It's just not what gets you going. Like one person can be into it, and the other person's like, all right, when are they going to get to the good part? And you're like, this is the good part.
And it's crazy because this is exactly what happened. And
then you're
with
fucking
the
debating
guy.
the porn instead of fucking. Like it defeats the whole purpose.
I hate it because Randy, you are like on point because this is what happened with him.
Yeah,
like
you
with
start
the guy.
Talking about the porn.
We start talking about and he goes, how about you type in what you like? And I was like, no, you do it. And he goes, no, I want to see what you like. I don't watch porn. And I was like, fuck, what do I put in? And I'm literally like at the keyboard. Honestly, that would have been fantastic. But I
He goes, oh, you want me to get some buddies over here?
So sick.
Yeah, I got some friends.
You know what? Now that like I'm here and it's like a while after, it's like there's so many things I could have written.
So I mean, well, of course, the comedian in you would that would have made it worse.
You know what? It wasn't even the comedian in me. What I typed was I was very interested. For some reason, I
what
was
were you
like,
interested in? Let's go. I love it.
he was like, what? I typed in because I just was like, I wonder if they have this.
Of course.
Like a Harry Potter porn.
That's hilarious.
And he literally went, what? I was like, what? Like, you don't know. And he goes, probably like, this isn't hot. I was like,
that's a lot better. That's a lot better than 8-on-1 black guy gangbang white chick. You know, like, oh fuck. It's like, this is like innocent I like Harry gangbangs with 12 black guys. I'm like, all right, well, you're not gonna like sex with me then, because I'm not 12 black guys.
I told him to type what he wanted,
and he wanted 12 black guys.
After he didn't. Can you imagine? I was like, can you? You know what? You type in you.
Yeah, he's not watching the woman. He's watching the dudes on that one.
I read.
He's like, are you
Randy's
gay?
like a snowball, and it's just like he's getting bigger and bigger, and I get so scared.
It's so bad.
I get so scared.
It's a tick. I think it's Tourette's. I think it's a mom.
No. I think this is you, and it's okay. It's fine.
Yeah, you know.
It's okay.
Jesus loves me.
Yeah.
We're all his children, right?
He's not my guy, but I like him.
Well, you know, yet. Trump won. I don't know if you heard.
And this is getting spookier and spookier. And it all started with like, oh, you know, in porn they use a white couch.
Yeah, I know way too much about it. I kind of ruin porn for myself in that. I like
because you're doing too much.
Talking to
search, like you're searching too much.
The behind the scenes, getting too. It's like anything else, man. Like I'd still love going to comedy shows as a fan. Like I love to laugh.
But you know.
But it's not what it used to be before I knew. Like, oh, I do that. I know what they're doing. You know, like it kind of takes a little bit of the fun. It's like learning Santa Claus isn't real. You know, like oh, what? They really don't know each other in this porn? I thought they were fucking because they
That's why I love the acting part of the porn, like in the beginning of it. I love it.
A little acting, a little faux acting.
I love it. I love the little like. Honestly, that's why I should have looked up in the search bar. But he didn't like the Harry Potter.
Seen a porn where there's like to do the little because there's always like a little bit of acting before they have like certain types of porn where they just go right into the smashing, but. Most porns like there's like a little bit of acting. Like teacher, I need an A. Can I suck your dick to get it? Whatever. You ever see one where like one of the actors like, oh, that's pretty good. Like
they come out of it.
No, like they're
you're watching and you're like,
before the fucking,
this is good.
I was like, he nailed that line, and he like I believed it. He's got some talent, like. And they just go right to the fucking. It's like, well,
He's like, I really hope he's auditioning for other things.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I hope he's doing well out there.
Yeah, I mean, look, making a career as a male porn star doesn't sound that bad, but being a gazillionaire like fucking, Johnny Depp, that sounds better. Like
right.
So if you got some acting chops, maybe pull your dick in your pants and go take a real audition.
I do enjoy the part before, like the getting stuck in the wall. Like I love that part. Like they're meeting each other, and then I'm like. Like the actual sex part, I'm like, I don't love watching as much.
You like the storylines?
I like the story. Give me a good storyline.
I hope there must be a YouTube channel where they
storylines,
just porn storylines, where they cut out all the sex and just give you the story. I would love to see.
I would watch
a porn movie because it'd be a short, right? Even if it's an hour-long movie or 2-hour movie, after you cut out all the fucking, it'll be 10 minutes. But I want to see the short of the porn without the sex and see if it's any good.
Oh, it would be great. Oh, I would love it. Honestly, what I want for Christmas, that.
And
that's what I want.
Cut out all the sex.
Right. No Harry Potter. No Harry Potter porn. That was fine. There was like only 3 videos.
Yeah, that's one thing that creeps me out. The costumes. Like I've seen that. Like
because it's the budget. I'm like, did we not have enough for the?
There's one like a guy fucks 2 alien chicks, and I'm like, but they're all in like full makeup, like crazy, like. That's fucking
something?
Bram Stoker's level fucking makeup, like they're like demons or whatever, like aliens, like alien heads. I'm like, you could have. People aren't watching this for the costume design; they're watching it for the sex. You can cut out this costume.
But like I get that they want to like put some.
Well, they the actors, the producers,
right?
Directors,
they want to make
it
look good. They
want
to make it
look
look
can
good.
You guys go ahead and fuck again?
Like
and we all know,
zhuzh it up.
Yeah, exactly. And we all know the positions, right? You kiss for
what
5
position?
seconds.
Oh, I was like,
blowjob. He goes down on her. Missionary.
How long?
Doggy.
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
How long does normally in a porn when you watch it? How long does each segment usually take?
I don't know that, but I know that the average
You're
video.
like, I have not
fast
timed
forwarding
this.
through all
Yeah,
that.
exactly, Mike. Exactly,
I have not
Mike.
because sometimes when you're hooking up, sometimes I'm like, I wonder if like I know I shouldn't be in my head. sometimes. And I'm like, is this going on too long? Is this too short? Should we speed it up? What's next? And I'm like, I know it should just be like, go with the flow, whatever feels good. But sometimes I'm like, maybe we should move on. Maybe we should should we keep doing this longer? So I was wondering.
Yeah, well, that's what you got to ask. That's what you got to ask your partners. I mean, it's really about what do they like, and then do more of that.
See, that's so nice.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like I know what I like, you know,
so lovely.
And this is what I want to focus on. So, you know, but let me know what you like. We'll do that first. So till you get what you want out of the way. That's how I think about it. None of that. You know, like I enjoy having all the aspects of sex. But if she's into this, I make sure we do that first so that I can be selfish for the rest of the time.
Oh, so when you eat dinner, you always eat your
vegetables first.
First.
I'm that guy. That's a great analogy. That's a great analogy. I eat all my vegetables, but they go first.
And I eat all my favorite foods first.
Yeah, I eat in order of my favorite. If the thing I like least on the plate is what I consume first, and what I like most is what I finish at.
Wow, and I eat everything I like first, and I'll finish up with the vegetables. Probably why I give
Selfish
such long
lover.
blowjobs. That says so much about
That's
you.
a great analogy.
Thank you.
Oh, so you're the guy who eats his veggies first. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. It's true. I
mean,
like
these veggies were a little salty today.
Yeah, yeah. A little yeasty.
Nutritional yeast is very good for you, though.
Yeah. Oh God, I had a joke that I could. Maybe I'll do it this week to see if it gross people out again. It'd never land. It would land sometimes, but it would always make people uncomfortable. Because I
love it.
I tried. A buddy of mine was fucking my last year in Boston, like right before I moved out here. He was trying to convince me. He's like, "Oh man, you know, I gone vegan a few months ago. It's great. I feel great. Blah blah." I'm like, "All right. Dude, you're moving to LA. A lot of vegans out there." Blah, blah. I'm like, "All right, I'll try it for 2 weeks." He's like, I asked him, "How long should I do it to actually notice the benefit?" A week. He goes, "I give it 2." I'm like, "Okay." I went vegan for a week.
Good for you. I love
and
meat.
The hardest part really wasn't finding things to eat; it's finding a variety of things to eat, especially in fucking Boston. I mean, it's all whiskey and assholes out there. I mean, there's really nothing.
Are you eating assholes?
Well. But
I was like, that's good.
But that was a joke. I was like, at the end of this thing, I wrote a joke about it. I was like, people ask me, I went vegan for the last week. What'd you miss most? What'd you miss eating most? And I said, pussy. It's not vegan, but it is gluten free. Unless she has a yeast infection, then it's not gluten free. And that's the part.
You know what? I saw it coming. I was like,
that's the part that nobody likes. That's the part that nobody likes when I get to the yeast infection.
And it's funny. Do they not like it because you said gluten free or because you said yeast
infection? Yeast infection.
Because people turn quick.
Yeast infection people get grossed out about.
In college, I got diagnosed with celiac disease right before I got to college. Oh my God,
you had a lot of college diagnoses.
Right before I got to college. And
celiac and vaginismus, the whole fucking.
Oh, yeah, vaginismus was a little after college.
Oh, okay.
It was during college where I was like, why can't I fit these penises in me? But like the gluten free was right before. And I remember my mom, I was like, what do I drink? Because I can't drink beer. Like, what do I drink? And she goes, you could take shots.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, okay, I guess I take shots. And then it was the first day of college. And I was like, how many shots
blackout Riley.
do I take? And I took 13.
Oof.
I remember I took 13, but that was my first time.
You're a tiny little gal. I mean,
I was 13. I was like,
that's a lot for me.
I remember that day. I was like, oh my God. But then I was like, I made out with a guy, my first hookup ever in college.
Okay.
We went back to the house. And we're in bed. And all of a sudden, my stomach's like, and I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't eat anything today. I was like, I didn't eat any gluten. What? Why? I'm like, what is that? And I'm like, oh my God, I've been making out with this man all night. And he drank beer all night.
Oh, you're that allergic. Wow.
So the saliva, I was hitting saliva. I went, oh my God. And I was in the
bathroom
all night. No, I just, everything.
Oh God.
It all comes. Yeah, I was a mess. And then my roommates and I, we all looked up. We're like, could beer, whatever, go in the like, yeah. I'm like, oh my God. I was so scared. I was like, oh, I hope not. Because I was like, oh no.
I can't have sex with any guy in college ever.
Literally, I'm like, if he ate like toast in the morning, is it going to be in his coma at night? And so I'm like, I have to do the math. I'm like, I can't swallow any.
I dated a woman who was allergic to semen.
Whoa.
For a year and a half. Yeah.
How was that?
So it would be like, she'd get irritated and itchy if I ejaculated inside of her.
Oh my God, inside she'd be itchy?
Yeah.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah. So I'd have to pull out, which was great because no way she's getting pregnant, right? I mean, she did not want that. But then she'd have to get up right away and just wash it off, and she'd be fine.
Okay.
But if it's
I think it's on the.
We made a mistake one time.
She's
like, oh my God, you finished? I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh no. She like ran to the bathroom, and was like trying to rinse herself out. She's like, sorry, I didn't say. I like.
Oh no.
And I guess it's not to. I guess it's not the sperm that she's allergic to, but it's the fluid.
Sure.
Whatever
I never thought
fluid is.
That's crazy.
Is not urine or it's some other protein. It's like it's like so if I wanted to get pregnant, I'd have to go to a allergy specialist to get something to make it more comfortable for you to do that.
Okay. Because I can't even imagine, because I've had yeast infections, I've had UTIs.
Yeah. So she never swallowed because I would have killed her. And I was fine with that.
Every time Randy comes, there's an EpiPen nearby, just like ready to go. Randy's like,
I practice safe sex.
3, 2, 1, I'm coming.
I practice safe sex with a condom. No, with an EpiPen.
It's so fucked up.
I know. But what a weird
EpiPen and a Benadryl.
Yeah, that's a weird thing to be allergic to, though, because I mean, to procreate, you need to be like,
you know what?
I'm allergic to sex. Like,
I don't even
vaginismus.
know.
Like, that's
right.
a little weird. Like, what?
I don't even think, like, right, we hear things and we're like, that's crazy, whatever. Sometimes I'm like, you know what? It's human, like, human body. Yeah. When vaginismus happened, I was like, what the I just thought I was like.
That's the thing. When there's 8 billion people, it's something weird's going to pop up.
Something's going to pop up.
I mean, the law of big numbers is going to kick in. And,
you never know.
Yeah. Like
talking about beer.
Yeah, you want to throw it on you?
I'd be okay. I just have to wash it off.
So
you
can't eat any gluten now? Or you've been able to pull it back a little bit?
No, I don't eat anything since I was 2016.
What do you miss the most about what's like? Because they have so many gluten-free options of things.
So many.
And they're pretty good though.
So many, right?
I've had some gluten-free bread that's fucking banging.
I
had some bean bread recently that was so good.
Oh, I would like a bean bread. Oh, and I like the gluten-free pastry. There's so much stuff, and I'm more of a
The pizza's not so bad.
There's a pizza that's not bad. Yeah. And I'm more of a protein gal. Like, I'd rather have like
same
a steak or a piece of chicken,
with me, so
salmon.
I wouldn't miss it. If they told me I was fucking lactose, like if I couldn't eat cheese, if I was allergic to cheese, I'd be like, fuck, kill me now.
Dairy's hard. I got rid of dairy for a while.
But you're not allergic to gluten. There's no gluten in dairy, right?
No, and dairy just makes me feel like inflamed. Like, it's just not good, right?
Yeah.
So
I feel bad when I eat a wheel of cheese.
Sure, right. And I try to like back away from it. But the hardest part about not eating gluten is in New York, like the 99-cent pizza at like 2 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
Because all I want, everyone's like, we're done the clubs.
What's the name of this place? The Dominican guys that sell pizza. What's the name of that place? The $2 pizza. There's like a dozen of them all over.
There's so many.
Two guys or some shit.
Not John's.
It's on the corner everywhere.
Right, and I would know as soon as I heard
it. And it's funny because they're all Dominican guys.
Really? Oh, yeah, I love that.
Yeah, it's
that's great.
I mean, they just did it cheaper than everybody else.
Well, after this, it'll come to me, but it smells so good at 2 a.m. We're just like, everyone's standing around eating pizza, and I'm just like, okay, when I go home, I'm going to make the piece of chicken I had for lunch today. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. Like, I want to have a piece of pizza. Yeah. That honestly, at 30 is like the one thing I'm like, darn. But other than that, I'm very grateful that there's so many options. Yeah. You know? Yeah.
So how's New York treating you? How's the Big Apple after the Trump victory, after the emperor has returned?
It was quiet the next day.
That's so weird that people let it affect them like that. Like,
it was, because you know what? You're just like, fuck. Because a lot of people didn't see it coming. And then afterwards, you're like, oh, wait, you know what? We missed the signs. Yeah, a lot of people were saying that.
I would have 2 or 3 Trump supporters on in a row. And I don't even know they're Trump supporters. I just friends of mine on the show. Like, oh, you happy? I'm like, about what? The election. I'm like,
I love you. Like, what happened? You know what's weird? Yes, weird.
I literally fell asleep at like 8 p.m.
Did you watch the?
I was working. I was up late working, and my buddy was like, "Oh, it looks like he won some state he wasn't supposed to win." I'm like, "Oh, all right, well, that's it."
Yeah,
that was the end of it. But it's one of those things. Like, I live in here in LA. LA is the fucking liberal capital of the world. I mean, it's like, it's a leftist wet dream out here. I mean, the left here are farther left than liberals in New York. And anytime anybody asks me, what do you think is going to happen? I was like, I think he's going to win. I was like, I was like, yeah, she got all this heat.
Yeah.
I was like, but I'm on my phone. I'm on Instagram.
Are you seeing everything? Like, are you seeing both, like all the sides on your Instagram and Facebook?
Because I'm writing memes. I don't give a fuck about politics,
right? Because you kind of give to everybody.
Yeah, and I just saw the volume.
Wow.
I knew right away his campaign was paying to have meme accounts post memes that weren't pro-Trump, but were dunking on her. Like I was like, this got to be a whole thing. And then sure enough, he went on 5 or 6 the biggest podcast. She went on Call Her Daddy after she saw what he was doing. But I think his campaign knew that the real world is on your phone now and not on TV anymore.
Right.
So it doesn't matter what CNN or MSNBC or fucking New York Times says. Yeah. That's where it was. And I was like, the fucking meme universe is controlled by Donald Trump. Like he's gonna lose. But also it's just change. People, this country is like a fucking 22-year-old boy. You know, they don't care how hot the girl they are is fucking. They want the next girl to fuck. You know, like, and unfortunately, it's changed from both were changed from Biden because neither of them were Biden. But Trump was the guy before the guy. She was an extension of the guy. So he's more of a change than her. The country just likes switching it up.
The constant change of it.
Yeah, the country likes novelty. If you run for like the highest office, I think it would help. Like if the liberals had rolled out someone who wasn't a politician, they're like, oh, Dwayne The Rock Johnson's our nominee. He would have won in a landslide.
Okay, so
you know what I'm saying? Like,
so you think if there was a different Democrat nominee, something would have happened?
Somebody that nobody knew.
Sure.
They'd be like, ooh, who's that guy? We like that.
Right.
The new guy.
I feel like we are all in I guess the word echo chamber where you're constantly seeing the same thing. And I was sometimes like, I wonder like what everyone else is saying and what's happening. Yeah. And you can see it, but like, it's so big, it's so vast. And when you're in cities and you're around people who think like you and whatever.
But it's also not just two bubbles. Everyone has their own fucking bubble now. Yeah. Like whatever it is that you like is what the algorithms are giving you. So like, and
they know they can tell.
You and I can live in
crazy. Yeah.
If we had 2 Netflix accounts and we lived in the same apartment, let's say we were living together. We have the same beliefs, live in the same area, come from the same place. Your home screen on Netflix looks different than my home screen on Netflix because the micro targeting. So they just keep you in your own little fucking sphere of bullshit.
In a bubble.
So you don't. It's hard to tell. Like, in general, there's like a right wing conservative bubble and a left wing liberal bubble, but everyone in most aspects of life doesn't see the same. Like we none of us see the same news anymore. Like you used to buy the newspaper back in the day and there was 20 stories in it, and we all saw the same 20 stories. When you open up your Apple News app, it doesn't look like mine because whatever it is that you linger on is what they give you more of. It's what they keep giving you. So we all have our own bespoke universe of fucking information, which in my mind goes to prove it's all fucking bullshit. Like the fact, like, oh, you like this? Here's more. It's like, well, then what? It's not news.
And the scrolling.
If it's news, it would be important to everybody. That's what news is. Now you're just sending me fucking editorial. You're sending me my horoscope. So it's like, oh, here's your Taurus. Here's your horoscope.
That's what you want.
Yeah. News is everyone should know this. That's what news is to me. It's not like, oh, Lake and Riley died in Georgia. I don't give a fuck. I'm not from Georgia. I don't know her. Fuck the guy who killed her. I hope he's in prison. None of my business. But that became a thing. They sort of wrap you in your blanket of bullshit that you like. It's really what it is.
I wish I knew of this all better, but of how news have changed over time and how we view news and how we view the social media and how much it has changed and how it's interacted with each other.
Though.
It's very fast. We can see things fast. Things are constantly changing. Headlines that would have maybe been headlines for months, for years, is a day or two, and then it's on to the next headline.
On Monday, there's a Netflix special documentary special dropping on JonBenet Ramsey. That gripped the country for a full year. Remember JonBenet Ramsey's story? That little girl in Colorado who got
yes. Wait, because you're telling the name, and I'm like, I know this name.
JonBenet Ramsey, 1996.
Okay.
They're doing a cold case documentary on Netflix is releasing a big one on Monday. They've been advertising for it all month. That was 96, so I was 13 years old. That's all anybody spoke about for the year. I mean, you had the car chase and the trial for OJ 94, 95, and then JonBenet Ramsey was all 96. That was it. There was no other story. Even the news cycle was JonBenet.
But wait, when now, the Menendez brothers?
Every day there's a new thing.
Because the Menendez brothers, when that
dropped,
that was like
90, 91. That was a little earlier. Yeah.
But that I heard of them, yes, just from but. All of a sudden, I was watching. I was invested. I was wondering what was happening.
Oh,
now I'm getting news articles about them in jail, like what's happening with them. Never in my life was I ever looking up the minute? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but now all of a sudden I'm getting these updates. Even with Gypsy Rose, I was like, I watched the show. I watched this. I would look her up, see what was happening, just because I was like invested a little. I'm getting still articles. This is what she's doing. This is how she is. So it's like as soon as it's just this constant.
Yeah, they keep you on the wheel.
I've never even cared. You know what I was thinking about though? This is a little off topic.
No,
but
I like it.
So I teach at a Hebrew school 3 days a week.
You teach Hebrew or something else?
It's like Hebrew, Jewish holidays, like
what do you teach at the school?
Oh yeah, Hebrew, like very basic Hebrew, Jewish holidays, ethics.
You teach accounting, all the things Jews know.
Okay. You know what? I like open the door. I open the door and you're like,
a little accounting, maybe some legal advice, and then
I wish. I honestly, I'd be like, you guys need to help me out, okay? Yeah. And honestly, but one of the girls was before class reading. She's like, I think she's like 8 or 9. She was reading the book about the Titanic, and I was like, oh, I love the Titanic when I was your age. She goes, yeah, I love the Titanic. I also love learning about like diseases and all these things. And I'm like, did we all at one point I love the Titanic. I don't know if like when you were a young boy, if there was things that like you guys were drawn to. I feel like dads love like World War II. You know what I mean? Like there's things.
When I was a kid, it was like, karate and superheroers, the Ninja Turtles.
And you just focus like everybody.
And back when it was karate and not mixed martial arts.
Oh, I don't, because I did karate for like 12 years.
Well, that's the thing. Like I'm fucking old as shit. There was no mixed martial arts in '83. It was, either you learn, karate, and then Bruce Lee was like, oh, he's like a whatever.
Oh,
Kung
so like
Fu.
Tiger Schulman, is that where you're like
the
commercial
like that
of
mall
it all?
karate. Yeah,
oh, okay, because I think I did more commercial.
Yeah,
of it all. Yeah, I enjoyed it, but I think it was more
strip mall karate.
Commercial.
But I'm saying, but there was it wasn't like. I mean, there are things now I love. My World War II is a big one. Most guys like that.
Yeah, I love.
There was that
World
meme going
War
around
II.
for a while. Ask your male significant other if he's if he thinks about the Roman Empire.
Yes.
Like, oh yeah. I was like, I never think about the Roman Empire. But then Jeff Dye goes, of course not, because you're too busy thinking about the mafia. I'm like, I read a lot of mafia books. I love the mafia.
It's one or
I love
the other.
mafia history.
Sopranos.
Yeah, Sopranos. I swear to God, Riley, I've read at least 40 books on the mafia. Like every boss since fucking since Lucky Luciano, I've read their biography. I mean, like the whole fucking it's like my little pet pony. Like, oh, I like
that's so funny.
I just find it fascinating.
But it's crazy that like throughout the years, like this girl's 8, and I was like,
Had she seen the
love
movie?
that. Yeah, she saw the movie.
Okay.
She read the books, and I at her age, I could tell you any detail about the Titanic.
Really?
Like anything about the Titanic.
Well, I'll tell you a little.
Like what a weird.
I'll tell you a little thing about the Titanic.
And Leonardo DiCaprio, I bet.
Oh.
You know what? I didn't like the movie because there were some things that weren't like right.
Accurate.
Yeah.
I hated the movie.
I'm glad. Usually it's the opposite of they got into the
Yes.
Titanic because of Leonardo DiCaprio in the damn movie.
And the
No.
movie, yeah.
I watched it because I was like, oh, I can't wait to see all the characters I learned about. And then I was like, wait a second.
Yeah, I didn't like the movie because one, you knew where it was going. It's the biggest no shit movie of all time.
Wait, you didn't like it because you knew the ending?
Well, yeah, we all fucking knew the ending.
But like,
like where's the surprise? Like, where's the?
But like that's like any like war movie or anything. You're not like except like Inglourious
Thought
Bastards.
the Nazis were gonna win
That's
this
right.
time.
That's why Inglourious Bastards was awesome.
I love
I
it.
rewatched
Yes.
that. I rewatched that 2 nights ago. I swear
Oh,
to
it
God,
makes me feel so good.
So good.
I'm like,
So
yes,
good.
burn.
Yeah, the bear Jew.
Hitler burn. Oh, what a hot movie.
No, but they made it about
that movie.
they made it about the love story and not like the thing itself. And it was also like the love story was impossible.
with the like hand on the wall.
Yeah, it was impossible love
Yeah.
story. I'm like, come on,
I don't know. A lot of people find love on vacation.
Yeah, but are you gonna throw away a fucking $200 million blue diamond? It's like, oh, I miss Jack. In the ocean you go. It's like, you know how many African children had to die to bring you that diamond? You fucking ingrate. Like,
Well, that
should be in a museum somewhere.
Her character and her family, I got annoyed by her character, like big time. Her character
and he could have Jack
was rough.
Let's fucking put a pin in it right now.
Okay.
He could fit on the door.
He could have.
She is a greedy bitch.
And they tried showing that they couldn't.
Well, I don't think she alone couldn't have survived on the door. But if the door could float with her on it, he could certainly be on top of it too.
Or like take her
legs in the water, something.
But missionary.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Bring it back to sex.
But Randy's like, if it was on the bed, it'd be so much more comfortable.
It was a water bed.
It was. Was it a door?
It was a door, a giant door.
Damn. Yeah, no, that pissed me off.
The only accurate part about it was, one, the way that the ship broke apart.
How dark it got.
James Cameron did a very good job of. So the ship did like list, and then the weight of it was so big that it broke in half.
Right.
And the fact that the captain died on board and
Captain
stayed
Smith?
on board. Yep. And the band kept playing until they all died.
The band kept playing. I told the kids that the other day.
The courage of that, I don't think every soldier in our army has that kind of courage.
I can't even.
Let alone the whole fucking band stayed on. And look, I love the U.S. military. I'm sure they're dedicated. But you're telling me that, 2-3 million active duty soldiers? Some of them are going to defect if, hey, we're definitely going to die in this mission. Like, I'm not going on it.
Also, like, how well you playing?
Yeah.
How well you playing to the end. That's got. I can't. When I saw that band playing in the movie, that's what made me cry.
Oh yeah, well yeah. When they stopped and he goes no, and
keep going.
Keep going. And they fucking all right.
Oh my god, that made me because I'm like that happened.
Yeah.
These
Exactly.
people were playing till the end. That's what happened.
The fucked up part is at some point I'm sure it did keep people calm, but then they were all panicking and running.
Everyone was panicking, yeah.
and they're still playing. It's like, guys, it's not working anymore. Like,
because they're probably like, this is all we have. Like that's the sad. Like this is all we have left, and this is all we can give left.
Yeah.
So might as well play. And it's like
that's the thing. No matter what, yes, they could have saved more people because they didn't fill all the lifeboats. But they only had enough lifeboats for like a third of the people. Mm-hmm. So it's not like even if they filled those to capacity, all those people were still, maybe you lost, 10% more people because they didn't stuff the boats. But all
they
those
didn't
people
have enough.
They didn't have enough anyway.
Anyway, yeah. And all because it didn't look nice. And I think about that all the time. Just because it didn't look nice.
I mean, that's the American way. Why do you think the doors are flying off our planes in mid-flight?
You don't have to take 2 more flights tomorrow night. 2 more.
Fly Spirit Airlines all bankrupt.
Yeah, I'm doing Spirit tomorrow. I'm doing Spirit.
You know what's fucked up? I've flown a lot of Spirit lately, and it's just because they have so many flights.
You don't need to make excuses.
No, I'm telling you. No, believe me. I just look for. It's always about. I book late, so I buy the cheapest flight that leaves at the time I need to leave.
Yes.
And it gets me there at the time I need to get there, and. When I was living in Boston, it was great because it was JetBlue. So you always have a little TV.
Oh, I love JetBlue.
But out here in LA, man, it's Delta if you go across the country, or if you go regionally, it's Southwest or Spirit. And Spirit just has so many more flights, which is probably why they're going bankrupt. Yeah.
But I have to say though, everyone hates on me for Spirit because the last maybe 2 years when I've traveled anywhere, I'm going cheapest, and I've gone Spirit, and Spirit has never delayed me. It's always been on time. Everyone's been nice. Everyone's been chill. I took American one way coming. I think I was going to Detroit. It was like one way and Chicago, and the other way back was American. The flight was delayed 4 hours.
Oh, yeah.
They landed us in a different airport.
American and Delta have the 2 longest wait times. Yeah.
I was like, I should have taken Spirit, but everybody was hating me. Oh, you're taking Spirit. I'm like, guys, honestly, it's not bad.
Well, this is the other thing too. Air travel has become just as customary as any major city fucking bus or train because all of us fly so frequently now. And I was watching a clip recently of this guy, fucking Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey's a nice guy, funny guy, but he now he thinks he's fucking Dr. Phil and he's telling people how to live. And he was telling I
was like, what's with this issue with
Steve Harvey?
Steve Harvey, because I love Steve Harvey.
I love Steve Harvey, but
what happened?
But he pretends like he's like a life coach now, like in between commercial breaks for the.
Oh, he's talking to the teams.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he's telling the Family Feud crowd, he's like, listen, he's giving them advice on success. He's like, if you want to be successful, do this. Just one time in your life, save up and take a first class flight. And you'll never want to fly coach again. And that drive to be on first class will make you successful. I'm like, is he fucking retarded, dude? Like, first of all, a first class flight is not that much nicer than coach right now. I mean, you get a little bit
Today it didn't look so nice.
It's what I'm saying. It is if you're going international flight.
Yeah.
Maybe if you have a lay flat bed, if you're going, coast to coast. But if I'm flying from New York to Miami, it's a 2-hour flight.
I'm not taking it for you.
It's literally going to cost you $6,000 in first class.
If you don't have that money,
in coach.
Don't do right. Why do it?
Right, we're all using the same shitty little bathroom. Mm-hmm. You get free drinks. I can get hammered at the fucking bar before I even show up. Like,
right.
It's just not worth it. It's not as classy as it used to be.
No, I agree with the flying. If I'm flying over like 10 hours.
Oh yeah, no. When I fly
15
overseas,
hours,
if you fly like what's that? Like Singapore's airline or the there's another.
I know Qatar.
Qatar, yeah. Qatar Air. Like they have like their business
gorgeous,
class. Gorgeous. Nice. They still have
the amenities is so nice.
Yeah, they still have attractive stewardesses, which is not a thing anymore.
What are you?
In the United States.
The stories today were gore, and there was.
No, it's usually gay men on my flights, which is cool. I love gay dudes.
Which is so fun.
Yeah, they're fun. They're the guy. If you buy a drink, they'll bring you an extra bottle.
So
that's the guy.
I had a New Orleans flight, and they're like, "Do you want some?"
Yeah,
nip? And
they
give
us
nips.
Bottle.
They give all nips.
They'll sneak you a nip. Those
so
are the best.
Fun, so sweet. No, that's such a.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're a madman.
I don't want to
Hey, dollface, want to come over here first class?
Back in the Mad Men days, if you flew Pan Am from LA to New York, you would fly from LA to New York. And they would you get on a helicopter and they chopper you to the top of the Pan Am building in Manhattan.
Yeah, you also wearing a suit.
Yeah, smoking cigarettes and drinking on the plane. Like
would you want to wear a suit though on a plane?
Of course not. But if that's what we all had to do. But to fly back in the day was like a real status symbol.
But that's the thing. It was like going to the theater.
Yeah.
Going to the theater, going to these places. It was, there was this elegance. There was this like,
Now the only time people wear suits unequivocally is weddings and funerals. And not even funerals a lot of times. I see them walking in there like fucking bums.
Like sweaters, yeah.
I mean, even for court proceedings. You go to a court proceeding, guys showing up looking
Are you supposed to wear a suit to a court proceeding?
I fucking would if my freedom's on the line.
You'd wear a suit?
Fucking right.
Okay.
If my freedom's on the line, I'm looking as squeaky as I can.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll suck the judge's dick to get out of that charge.
Okay, wow.
Randy takes it another level. I will fucking blow that goddamn judge so hard and so fast.
God. I wore jeans the other day to a Broadway show, and I got there and I was like,
oh, that used to be a real big.
I know. I kind of felt a little bad wearing jeans.
Well, I mean, what we were like bummy? What are you talking about here?
No, it was like I wear jeans. It was a sweater and a long tan jacket. Like my hair.
That's fine.
But like it still was like, I know this is so nice. Like the theater's gorgeous. Yeah. It's
like going to the opera and not showing up in a suit.
Right. And then my friends in the opera, and I was like, oh, do we wear like what do we wear?
Yeah.
Because I was like, I never.
Am I wearing a formal wear for the dinner wear or whatever they call it?
Especially with weddings and stuff, when they say like formal wear, cocktail attire, black tie optional, I'm always like, because they send us pictures. Like this is what I want you to wear.
Yeah. Now I just go Danny Ocean on them.
What's that mean?
Suit, no tie, pocket square.
You don't wear no tie?
Unless it says tie required, I'm not. I go pocket square, no tie. I got a thick neck. I don't like being constrained. I don't need this shit in my life. And also, that's the other thing too.
I didn't realize that.
If the attire is not what I want to wear, I'm not going. So people are like, oh, we got a Halloween party. Do I have to dress up? Yes, not coming. You
don't like themes.
Let's go to the opera. Do I have to dress up? Yep, not going.
You weren't in a fraternity, no?
Oh, I was.
You guys, do you have theme parties?
Of course, yeah.
Did you dress up?
I was, as a pledge, I had to. As a brother, I did not.
Hated it.
As a brother, I did not.
You hated it.
Yeah.
See, I love the idea of dressing up until the day comes and I have no costume.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, why was I so excited? Because now I'm going to this thing. Every Halloween, I put on a different wig and fangs and fake blood. And I'm like, did it. I did the costume.
You see, at a Halloween party, if you're the guy who shows up with drugs, no one cares what you're wearing.
Oh, is that how you went about doing this? You're like, I found a loophole.
Hey, he's here.
I found a loophole.
Yeah, no one seems to care when you show up with what they want.
That's true. That's why I bring cookies everywhere. They're like, oh, Riley brought cookies. It's okay. She didn't. She's wearing jeans again. She's wearing sweats. I wear sweats everywhere.
I love that. So how's the dating life going? What's new?
Terrible.
Oh,
nothing.
Shit. Already?
Nothing.
I thought you was there somebody on the, was it
Zero.
It's 4 or 5 months you've been here?
Oh my God, yeah.
Was there something going on then?
So dry.
Hopefully not your vagina.
Oh, no, that's fine. But like, oh no.
It's not dry, it's just tight.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing, guys.
And he's like a hype man, and then you say something, you're like no, and then you're like, okay, go off. No, because I think last time I was here, I was talking to a guy. Remember, because he was saying he didn't like that I did comedy.
Oh, that guy. I could have told you that's a no-no.
So, but we were texting when we were in LA, and he was being really nice. But that should have been a huge red flag.
Of course,
because we had.
I mean, it's your passion,
right? And he's like, eh. But then when I got back from LA, we went on a date, and I haven't been on a date in so long.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he was an hour late, almost an hour.
An hour late.
It was like to coffee before a show I had to go to.
Oh, okay. I was like, well, you're like waiting at a restaurant for an hour.
I was outside the restaurant. I ordered
Did he text you at all or nothing?
He's like, oh, the traffic. I'm like, and it's fine. But like my friends were like, Riley, if this was anywhere, if you weren't like about to go to a show, like I had a show, nearby, yeah. I was at like a New York Comedy Club, like down the street, and I was like, okay, I'll just like chill here with like my notebook, and like I saw some comics walk by, I would talk, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But my friends were like,
you were out of your way,
out of my way. But I did get down there early from another job.
You weren't out of your way. It wasn't inconvenient, but it was definitely disrespectful.
It was and I was like. And then all my friends were like, Riley, if this happened again in the future, this is teaching you don't be like, hey, I'm going, I'm gone. So that kind of taught me, because I was like, I don't love this feeling. So I was like, and then he got there, and he was like, it was just the vibe was off. Like I could tell, like, and I don't know if I was late to something, I'd be like, I'm so sorry, and he just like, there was none of that.
Yeah.
And I was like, are you gonna order anything? He's like, well, no, I gotta leave soon too. And I'm like, oh, like, okay. So I have this coffee, and we're just talking. I'm like, this just feels like, and then he went inside to go to the bathroom. He's like, well, I paid for your coffee. I was like, oh, thank you. He's like, no problem about it. I was like, $4, but right. I was like, this is why I'm like, thank you so much. And then he posted this like meme on his Instagram about like finding love. Like it was a clown and finding love. I'm like, why would you post that after a date? Like we see each other's stories, and I felt like I went on stage and I just like talked shit. I was like, this guy was late. He posted a meme about clowns, whatever, and then I posted it because I was like in a mood.
Oh, how did you take that?
Oh my God, he messaged me. He's like, you're crazy.
No, you're not crazy. Like, that's what we do.
And then he blocked me on everything. I was like, I haven't had a man block me in a long time, so I'm like,
him. You should, okay. If he didn't block you, you should have blocked him. Fuck
I
that
know,
guy.
And I was like, because he was, you know what? Like, it was nothing bad. There was nothing like bad. It just was like, oh, this is not okay. I guess we both weren't feeling it, maybe.
Yeah, but the thing, if it's not going anywhere, who gives a fuck? Yeah. Everyone, like, if it doesn't work out, fine. But I'm not gonna lose my fucking mind over it. Like. I mean, look, shit hurts if you like break up after a relationship. But if you're just seeing somebody casually like that, like, oh, maybe this will go somewhere, and it doesn't work out, like, all right, but I'm not gonna fucking block you. I can't believe you're crazy for posting this.
I'm like, I didn't say your name. I didn't add you. I didn't tag you.
Yeah.
So I just was like, okay, whatever. And I have not been on a date since.
But also to take it personal, to be personal too. Like I've told women, like, hey, listen, I post a lot of shit online. I ain't talking about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking for laughs.
Randy, I'd be so nervous.
I don't know. No. I've made that explicit to every girl I've ever dated.
You're like, this is not you.
I was like, this is. I'm just going for the laugh.
Wow, I hate that I just said that to you.
Yeah, what's that?
Like, I would be nervous because I hate it when other guys say to me, oh, we're going to talk about me. I'm like, no, like, sure, but I'm not going to, like, you don't know. Like, I've talked about, like, the guy talked about with the porn. Also, that was years ago, right?
Exactly. Like, it's not, I never talk about anyone I'm currently dating because I've learned my lesson from that. Just because it's not
really
me or them.
And not good,
not on stage. Like, those are jokes. Like, in the podcast, like there's no.
Yeah,
they
can't
disrespectful. Themselves,
sure. It's very nice.
But it's also just, it's not our relationship. I'm going to get a laugh any way I can. Mm-hmm. If you think it applies to us, that's a top spin you're putting on it.
Right.
My thought when I wrote this joke was, will it make somebody laugh online? Will it make somebody laugh in the audience? Will it make somebody laugh, on YouTube? Whatever. Like, right. I'm not thinking of you. I'm thinking of them. Like, stop being so self-centered.
Right.
It's not you what's important in this relationship. It's me and my success in comedy. It's really,
you're like, none of this has to do with you. And I get why. I totally get how they would see it. I get it. I see it. I get it. Yeah. But it's like this. You can't what we're doing is a beyond. Like, they can't. I understand
it's
that.
easy for me to say because I'm
easier
the
said
comedian.
than done.
I've never dated a comedian, so it's easy for me to say this because I'm the one throwing it out there. I'm not the one taking it in. So
right. It's easier said than done.
If one of the girls I dated was a comedian, and she's fucking popping off on some shit that was applicable to us. I'm like, oh, fuck, man. Maybe I would feel differently.
Right.
But it's always been me on the other side. But I tell them like. And it's true. I'm not thinking of you when I'm writing these jokes. Like, I'm thinking of what's going to make them laugh. Like, what makes me laugh in my head, and like someone else will like that. That's what works. Mm-hmm. It's not anything you did to me. I joke about marriage. I have nothing but love and respect for the woman I didn't want to marry. Like, right. But going through that made me realize how ridiculous marriage works, what marriage was, so I make fun of marriage.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, oh, you talking about us? No. I haven't thought about you in 15 years, babe. You know,
right.
Trust me, this is not about you.
Like, it all comes from a place of somewhere. Like, you're getting it from something.
It's an experience, but you're not
right.
you're not the punchline. You're part of the experience.
Yeah, but for them, all they can think about is marriage. Okay, that was me, Miranda.
Of course.
Then it goes right to that.
And that's why I'm being forgiving about, like, it's easy for me to say this because I've never been on the, maybe I have.
Flip side of it, yeah.
I haven't hooked up with any comics, but she might be making jokes to her friends behind my back. They're getting laughs. And, you know, if I heard it might hurt my feelings, but I don't because she's not famous and I don't care.
Right.
We're all joking behind your back.
Of course you are. Of course you are. I've always said that. If I don't know, I don't care. That's why, like, I have friends who are like, oh, you know, I found out my ex used to cheat on me. It's really bothering me. I'm like, why? She's her ex. He's like, you wouldn't want to know if your ex cheated on you? I was like, I don't want to know and I don't care. It's like, if I didn't find out, good for you. You got one over on me. God bless. Like,
wow.
I don't want to know.
See, I don't even know how I'd respond.
It's over now.
Wow.
If I was still with you, I'd want to know you're cheating on me. But if you're not with me anymore, I don't care if you're cheating on me.
Right, because like you're like, do I even talk to them? Now it's a whole thing for you, and you're like, why are you?
I'm gonna get upset over the last some bitch from 2 years ago. Like, it's over. Like, I don't, you know, whatever it was, however long, you know, like,
interesting.
It's not a thing. But that's the thing. I do admit it must be hard to hear it thinking it's about you, even if it's not.
Yeah.
But I try to make that very clear to anyone I've did it since I started comedy 7 years ago. It's like, listen, man, I'm gonna say a lot of outlandish shit on the internet, on the podcast, you know, live on stage. None of it's about, you know, none of it's going to be about you because I would never joke about anyone I'm dating currently. And if you think it's about you, it's not. It's about making them laugh. Whatever the next words out of my mouth will make this punchline funnier is what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
You know, like
this is literally all about me.
Yeah,
not about you.
People fucking meet me like oh, you're actually a pretty mellow guy. I'm like, yeah, I'm not the fucking monster you read on the internet. Like those are jokes, man. Like thought crimes aren't crimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a thought I had and I thought it was funny. I didn't do that. You know,
I know why you like The Sopranos. Exactly. Like, you like, what's his name? Tony. Like, you know, he's well mean. He's nice.
He's well meaning. He just kills 8 people during the 6-season run.
But he loved ducks.
He did love ducks. And he loved his family. Just like me.
Randy's like, I love ducks, memes, and my family.
I love my family.
Do you watch The Penguin?
I've been raving about it.
You haven't watched it?
No, and the reason is because I just don't like any of the comic universe.
No. Okay, so
sure?
So like I'm not into it.
Rotten Tomatoes has the highest rated fucking show since Sopranos.
It's the best. I'm blown away. I'm not into the comic universe. I'll watch it and I appreciate it and I respect it, but I'm not into it. I started watching because I love Kristen Milioti. I think she's fantastic, and I thought the makeup and the prosthetic. I was like, this is kind of cool. It's kind of dark.
It looks not comic-y in that, like, he's not like the Penguin like Danny DeVito was the Penguin.
It's like Heath Ledger a little bit.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's not the Danny DeVito Penguin where they had him with the fucking beak and the fat
They're cartoony.
Suit. Yeah, he's just like an ugly guy. So I'm like, okay, as long as they don't break out a guy in a bat suit and Superman doesn't show up, maybe I'll check it out.
I think he's coming soon.
Oh, right.
I think not Superman. Batman.
Whatever, fucking man.
I was like, wait a second. I think we
but
got.
But if he's in a fucking cape and shit, I'm like, all right, I'm out.
I think a bit of cape.
I don't like shows with dudes in capes. If you have a cape or a uniform or like a Fantastic Four group uniform, it's like, fuck off.
But it's not like they're like, let's make this whole new character with a cape. It's like this cape has been around. It's loved by millions.
I don't care. Just because something's popular doesn't mean it's of any quality.
I have a question.
Yeah.
When you were a young boy,
did
you wear capes on Halloween?
Oh my God! When I was like 4 years old, I wore a fake tail because I wanted to be a monkey.
Oh, you wore a fake tail?
Which sounds a little bit racist now when I say it out loud.
But no. I get you want it. No. When you're a kid, you want to be animals.
Yeah,
and
I wish
fake
I was a
tail.
monkey.
I was a wolf for Halloween this year. I had a little tail. It was what's it called? The Red Riding Hood.
Oh yeah, Little Riding.
With me and my friends.
Yeah.
But okay, so you wanted
you were the wolf?
I was the wolf.
You didn't want to be Little Red Riding Hood. You wanted to be the wolf.
No, I wanted to be the wolf.
That says so much about you, Riley.
My friend was like, I'll be the grandma. I was like, well, I'll be the wolf. I was like, I got fangs. My dad makes fangs. My dad's a dentist, so he makes fangs for me.
Oh my God! Oh, he must polish them up from like
as
real
a kid. No, real. Yeah.
Like
real fan, and they come in dentures.
That's a cool dad. It's like, hey, can you make me prosthetic fangs that look like
it looks so cool.
Yeah.
And you just put it. Put them in, and they look like real teeth.
Which is crazy because he'll charge like fucking $4,000 for a cap for somebody else, but he'll just make fangs for you on a whim. That goes to show you that they're not that expensive. He's just that's where he's making his margin. He's like, it costs me about $40 to make these fangs. I'll charge you $4,000. Give them to my daughter for free.
Honestly, I feel like I need to go on dates and just be like, okay, before we start, you get free dental if you marry me. So like
that'd be huge. I mean,
like that should already push me up to the top.
For free dental, I mean,
dental,
I'm available now.
Right? My mom's like, I love Randy. He's so nice.
Oh, she listened to this?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, no way. Oh, my God. I'm nice.
Who knows how much she listens? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what she does and doesn't. But she's like, oh, that's so nice.
She might be the only parent on earth who ever says that. No, women's parents tend to like me.
So nice.
And then they hear the podcast like, what the fuck is he talking about? Oh, you know, he's...
That's so nice.
He's well-meaning.
What did he ask my daughter?
I mean, we spent the first episodes a half an hour on your vaginismus.
I don't, but it was fun to talk about.
Oh, it was so like eye-opening because I didn't know it was a fucking disease, like a thing, a condition.
Yeah,
I've never heard of
so many women.
My pussy's too tight. I'm like, I've never heard that. It's like a guy saying my dick's too big. Not where's the problem?
You know what? And I was talking to my friend the other day, and she was like, "How's sex going for you?" And I was like,
"How's it going for you?"
I was like, "I haven't had sex since January."
Oh my God!
So I was like,
coming up on a year.
Oh, see, that hurt. Why would you say it like that?
Well, because that's how time works. I don't know what. Why would I say it like that?
My pussy's like, shut up, shut up.
Oh my God, Riley, you're too busy. I mean, listen.
Thank you for giving an excuse.
As a woman, you can have sex whenever you want. Really.
No, but this doesn't.
Well, that's
it's
the
like,
thing.
No, thank you.
That's
not today.
That's the thing. You
gotta take me out first.
Yeah, you actually have a condition, so I get it.
No, but a lot of it takes a bit sometimes.
I know, but also, that's the beauty of women. Like they'll wait. Like even though they could, if they wanted to, have sex today and just find some guy.
Yeah.
You're like, no, I want to date a guy I like.
Or someone I've hooked up with before.
Yeah.
I'm memory foam down here. I love if I get recycled men and they're like, hey, Riley, what you up to? I'm like, yeah, my pussy's like, wow, we know that dick. So excited. But they're all getting married.
You're
looking for a safe space.
Oh, trust me. Yeah, exactly, bud. Exactly.
I was like,
Riley,
but they're all getting married and they're all like,
I'm 41, so I'm old enough to have been around the block 3 times now. There have been instances where a woman has gotten engaged, broke it up, got engaged again, got married, broke it up, and we've hooked up before the first one, after the second one, and after the third one.
The roster's dwindling.
Which is at first I was like, oh, that's fucking nice. So, she thinks highly of me to like reach back out. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
To me.
Am I a fucking slump buster? Is that what I am? Like my initial reaction was, oh, nice. It didn't work out with her last guy. She thought she had fun with me, so she thought she'd try again. But then the third time around, I'm like, no, I think that asshole's
like
single.
The customers are coming back and forth.
That piece of shit, Randy's going to be available if I ever need him. I'll bust my slump with him. I'm like, God damn it.
I'll still take it. I have.
I'll still take it.
That's the thing. I have said to guys, like, I think I've said this to 2 guys, like, they've hit me back up, like, hey, Riley, like, I'm in a relationship. I really like them, whatever. And I'll be like, okay, well,
I'll be here.
Let me know. Like, good luck. Sounds great. Mazel. I love that for you.
Mazel.
Good things. Like, and then they're out of my head, right? Yeah. But then once in a blue moon, it's like, hey, I'm back. But it's slowly getting smaller now. I think because I haven't. Like, at least my roster every year, like, I'm like, oh, let me try to go out and find someone new this year. And I haven't done that because I've been so, like, life and everything.
Well,
I've
that's
just
the
not
thing.
done that. It's built up now.
At the point in your life, it sounds like you're just focused on moving the ball forward in other places. Mm-hmm. So the stockpile of names you built up is drying out because they're marrying their first wife. But
literally
don't you
drying.
worry.
Not first wife.
But don't you worry.
No.
Come 33, 34, they're all coming back around.
No,
they're all coming back around. Trust me.
I only wish them the best. All good, good energy.
Oh, yeah. But just the law of numbers. 60% of them are going to end. So within 3 years. So trust me. Between 29, between 27 and 30, everyone got married. Then from 31 to 33, there were 31, 32 was kind of dry. 33, the first round of divorces started to come around.
Really?
So
That's
33 to
when we start seeing
35,
divorces?
fucking great time.
Wow. See, I want a boyfriend. I want a boyfriend
Then there
because
was
I'm
a lull,
done.
and then now I think some of my buddies are moving on to their third wife.
Third?
I'm getting rumblings. I'm getting rumblings of a third wife.
I'm hearing
Well,
talk. I'm hearing talks on the street. I'm not
getting rumblings of a third wife.
Who's talking to Randy about this?
I'm not getting rumblings of a third wife. I'm getting rumblings of divorcing their second wife. So that's what's up.
Spooky.
It doesn't matter. I've had 0 fucking wives. I don't care. They can keep that.
See, no, I want a boyfriend because I'm over. I just want someone that's like
You just want someone to hang out with.
And that's like that's just like solid because I'm
Yeah,
done
you're a
with this
little partner- little partner in crime.
right, like
Yeah.
someone who's like I respect them, they respect me, and like I'm over this like I'm gonna no.
That's actually the most important part in a relationship. I feel like respect and trust.
Mm-hmm.
If you love someone, you love them, right? If you're attracted to someone, you're attracted to them. But if you don't have respect or trust, it's fucking over. You can argue with your loved one, and you can resolve it if you respect each other.
Right.
But if you don't respect each other, even if you love them, you won't resolve it.
Right. And
you know what I'm saying? Like,
for love
you
or
won't get over it.
friendships the same way.
Yeah,
if
man.
you don't respect
man.
them, there's always going to be an underlying like resentment of like, do I actually
resentment
trust,
is the enemy of
do I
relationships.
trust this person? Yeah.
That's the exact word. Resentment is the enemy of fucking relationships. But that's coming from a guy who can't hold one down. So don't take my word for it. Listen to Riley.
It's like, oh, can we talk about the cum couch again? That made you happy, didn't it?
That made people happy.
That made Randy happy.
All right, you want to get to a little news before we get out of here?
Did we talk about Trump earlier?
I know, right? Fuck that guy. I mean, that's the one thing. I'm just so tired of it. I'm so glad it's over. Like the election's over.
But I'm just like,
the fatigue of it. It's like Christ Almighty. Such a boring topic. It's like not even it's the least interesting thing I thought.
It's boring, but it's also like so crazy that it's like beyond any feeling.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like I don't.
We're worn out. We're worn out from it.
And I don't even know what feeling I can correlate the feeling of the last couple months.
Yeah. I mean, it's too much, and the good part is now we got to deal with our family's bullshit for the holidays.
I'm glad my family, everyone is on the same page. I'm very blessed.
Yeah, my family's great. None of us believe in politics.
Okay,
so.
okay, good. But that's good when there's you're going in and there's no fighting. Cares. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be great. But we have like this year's gonna be a small Thanksgiving. My birthday's on that weekend.
No shit. All
so,
right.
but I'm like, birthday. Thank you.
She's turning 25 for the third time.
Eventually, that's gonna be true. It's gonna hurt. I'm still so young. Stop.
I'm kidding.
And it's weird. Last year I turned 30. That didn't feel old.
Oh, did you?
31 feels old.
Really? Are you saying I'm fucking 41?
But like 19. I said this today on an Instagram. 19 felt so old. 20 didn't.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It's like certain ages to me. 30 for some reason. I was like, okay. Everyone's like, oh, you're gonna feel it. I felt nothing. 31. I'm getting a little antsy.
I thought I was gonna be worried about 40. And then I turned 41 and didn't care. Like I forgot 40 happened. I feel like 38, 39.
Because you look like you're like 32.
39, like, is this where I should be in my life? But this is the middle of pandemic when we were all locked in our apartments.
How old were you middle of pandemic?
38. So 2021, 22. So yeah, 21, 22, I was 38, 39.
Okay.
So I was like this I'm going into 40, jobless on the couch, not even doing comedy. So like,
yeah.
But I think it was more the pandemic than the age.
No, 100%.
Because 40 didn't matter to me. 41 mattered less.
Because I was 26 and I felt like that.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
It was a dark time for all of us.
It was the time for everyone.
It was a dark time for all of us.
Then I don't think 10-year-olds were like, what am I doing with my life?
10 years old.
It was rough, yeah. Okay, but we can, do news.
Yeah, let's get some news.
Is there anything fun?
There's one I wanted to ask you about. So a high court rules calling a man bald is sexual harassment. In a notable legal decision in the UK, the High Court has ruled that calling a man bald constitutes sexual harassment. This judgment arose from a case involving Tony Finn, a 64-year-old electrician who worked for the British Bung Company, that's the name of it, Bung, for 24 years. After his dismissal in 2021, Finn alleged that he had an heated argument with someone at the office, his supervisor, and his supervisor referred to him as a bald cunt, which he claimed amounted to sexual harassment.
Not the cunt part?
Well, cunt is
totally
to
them is different.
Yeah,
You're right. I honestly think it stems, if we're not being funny, it just stems from like if you're going to talk about anyone's appearance.
Yes.
It's going to be put into a category.
Yes.
It sucks because like my brother's bald. Like, I wear wigs.
Do you?
This is a wig. Wait.
You're not black, are you?
No. Okay, everyone can wear wigs. Randy. Everyone, you can wear a wig if you like.
Yeah, but
yeah, this is a wig. You knew I wear wigs.
No, I didn't.
Why
the fuck would I know you wear
a
wig?
Like
How the fuck would I mean, maybe I gotta go listen to the old podcast.
I never told you that I was hooking up with a man and he pulled my wig off. I was blowing him.
Do you remember this story, Mike?
I do not.
If you don't, you should retell it here. Now's a good time to tell you that.
I feel like I've talked.
No more news. On with the story.
Exactly.
News has just been canceled. We changed the channel.
And the thing is, I have hair. I have the PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. I feel like every time I come on this podcast, I'm like, this is my new.
Yeah, your new condition.
No. I do enough female podcasts where I know what PCOS is, but you can tell what Randy is.
Yeah, very, very Jewish of you to always have a new ailment.
Oh my God, I love this. A polycystic ovarian syndrome. So I was around like 12, 13. It was right after I got my period when I got a cyst on my ovary and it exploded. Like it popped, right? And I went to the gynecologist. I didn't remember no gynecologist. I was in so much pain. It burst.
I feel so bad for you. Like, you have a lot of trauma.
But autoimmune. When you have one, you got them all,
Okay.
But the doctor was like, oh, do you have a lot of hair in your arm, hair on your face? I'm like, yeah, I'm very hairy. And my hair was starting to thin on top. So she's like, oh, it looks like you probably have a lot of testosterone. So polycystic ovarian syndrome is there's a lot of different categories of it. Okay. Now my brain is like blanking on the one. Oh my God.
No scientists listen to this show. Only morons who are drinking and smoking weed. I love you guys. Keep listening.
But my hormones were all crazy. My testosterone was high. All my deficiencies and everything. It's like also I have like diabetes of the ovaries.
Oh my God.
So I was put on diabetes medication. I was put on metformin to help with my insulin. I have insulin resistance. Okay. That's the type of PCOS I have. So my insulin is all over. So it looks like on paper I could have like diabetes. Yeah, and I was like 13, 14.
Yeah,
I was young. Yeah. I was young. So I gained weight so fast. Like for how I eat and how I exercise, I gain weight like that.
Yeah.
So I was put on all these medicines, whatever, metformin. That was put on. I take Wegovy now, which is like the Ozempic. Yeah. But like it helps with all of it. Helps with the cravings. Help with my blood sugar. But a side effect is also a symptom is hair like loss and thinning. Okay. And it was like right before COVID. I just was feeling like it was getting worse. Okay. I was putting powder in my hair. It's called Topic.
Yeah.
You've heard of Topic? That shit, yeah. You've heard Topic? My mom uses Topic.
Yeah.
I put it in your hair, and it makes the fibers help it thicken. I was on a date one time. My head hit the top of the car because he hit a bump, and the powder went on the roof.
Well, first of all, why the fuck is he driving so fast? Your head hit the roof of the car. What an asshole.
Going on SDR, go boop.
Yeah, what if I was street racing on a date one night, and Vin Diesel made my head hit the roof.
Or like if you put his hands through my hair, you get the thing. Yeah. And I was so over it. And I went on a date with one of my best guy friends, and we were hooking up. And he's like, "So what are you gonna do about your hair?" He's like, "Are you gonna fix it?" And then just like my heart dropped.
Well, look, I didn't notice. Looks great.
I love it. Yeah. Well, I've worn wigs now for 5 years, and I go to this one place in Brooklyn. She's amazing. Get Slay Beauty Salon. It's in like on Crown Heights. But like I wear them every day. Yeah. Just because I feel more confident.
Is it a lot of work?
Yeah.
I bet.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the one thing I've dated black girls. The one thing about like the
it's hot. It's really like you have to
maintain
take
their
care
hair,
of it.
their skin.
I respect. Oh my God.
Well, their beauty. I mean, it's not just the hair. Their skin. Like they.
But we all should be taking because we all need lotion.
They take care of themselves the way everyone should.
How we should do it, right? Because we all need lotion. Because I've seen some guys and girls. We all need lotion.
Once I got out of the shower and just dry myself off and walk away, she's like, "That's it." I'm like, what do you mean?
No lotion, no nothing.
It's like, well, fucking lotion.
Oh, yeah.
You're not gonna,
right?
Exfoliate. What the fuck are you talking about, man?
Skincare.
I hit myself.
Do you do skincare?
Fuck no. It's like I hit myself with the bar soap. She goes, just the bar? She's like, yeah. She's like,
honestly,
no
Randy,
rag. I'm like, what rag?
Honestly, Randy, if you started doing skincare, I feel like you would age 10 years. Like you haven't done it.
You say I'd get older if I did it?
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
No, I feel like that's what that would happen.
I don't want to get older.
You've been not doing it this whole time. I feel like the first day you put an exfoliator on your face,
it's gonna fuck
it's
me
all
up.
gonna come out. it's all gonna
my age will show.
Right.
Yeah, it's like
this
the
whole
opposite.
time. Right, this whole time.
It'll pull the youth off my face.
This whole time you're like, no, and then you do it, and you're like, everything comes out.
Yeah.
But wigs it's a lot of work.
They're expensive, man. Holy fucking shit,
I went to a Hasidic Jewish. Oh my gosh, she was great too. But it was so. I want to see because their wigs were so nice. They last 10 years. I'm like, let's go see what it's about.
Yeah.
It was like maybe down to here. The wig was $5,500.
Yeah. Oh, dude. I know this because I believe it or not, one of my jobs before I got into comedy, I was an executive at a company called Ashley Stewart, which is a plus size black women's fashion company.
Okay.
And all those women, the women who run all of our stores, were all black women. They would tell me like, oh, the ladies that shop here ask us where they get their wigs, and we tell them to go over here, but it's real expensive. Like, what does a wig cost? And they're like, oh, fucking $2-3 grand. I go, what the fuck? And apparently, like, oh my god, for good hair, apparently there's like ashrams in India, where the women just grow their hair and keep cutting it to then sell to wig makers who make like really good hair from Indian women over in India.
Oh my god!
And but to get like real woman's hair and to like microblade it.
Yeah, this is real hair. It's not synthetic. There's synthetic, and then there's real hair.
And then to microblade it into the thing to hold it on.
Yeah,
because you don't want like ant legs.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah,
it's a lot, and then you got to bleach the knot. It's a whole process, and I respect it. I think it's so cool, and it's crazy because like when I was, I think first grade and third grade, I did locks for love.
Oh, you did.
So I cut my hair.
Honestly, that's so sweet that like you gave it up for like as a charity, and then later in life, like you're like, oh, I need it for me. Like, oh, what
yeah. And I didn't even think about. I think my mom told me. She goes, "Is that crazy? You did that when you were younger?" And I was like, "Oh wow, I totally forgot." But I should have saved it for myself. You're like this whole time. I could have kept it in the bathroom. Yeah. I just like.
Yeah. So now that we've talked about the wigs, let's talk about the wig coming off in the blowjob story.
Oh yeah.
Let's end on that note.
Yeah, he took that. He took it right off. He took it. He went, and it was like thought it was funny.
How was this going? Like
it was. We've been hooking up for a while,
and he didn't know about it.
Oh, he knew about my wigs. No, he knew.
Then why would he?
And this wig was not like glued on. It was like I was just starting to wear wigs. Yeah. So I always, and he's a good buddy of mine. So like I always think like, oh, it was like a joke, and I got so mad because I'm like, you're so vulnerable when you're. Sucking. Yeah. You're down there, and all of a sudden it goes, shoo, and I was like, oh, and I kept sucking, but I was like, oh.
Oh, you're a real pro.
I kept sucking. I was like, oh no. And like we laughed about it, but I was like, God damn, like, it was funny, but in the moment, I was like, did he really do that?
One time we're gonna reveal stuff. One time when I was in college, I was hooking up with a girl, and she farted while I was going down on her.
Oh,
and I did what you did.
Oh, when you kept going?
I think she knew, and she was embarrassed, and I obviously knew. But you just got to keep going.
Was it bad? Like, was it a long? Like, was it like a? Like, was it tiny?
It was a little whoopee cushiony.
Oh,
thank God. The smell was brief. So it wasn't like one of the. If it was a silent but deadly joint, I'd be like, all right, babe.
I saw it in your eyes. You're like, no, it was quick. It was quick. I did it.
Yeah, the noise was there, but the smell wasn't. I was like, okay, I can live with that.
Okay.
But it was funny. But you don't want to break the sexual tension by laughing.
You don't want to break even though I do love a good laugh during hookup. Like,
I like a good laugh at the end of a hookup.
Yeah, but in the middle of it, and you're like, oh, then you gotta restart.
Yeah, it's like exactly. Yeah, at the end of it, it's like I'll get goofy when I'm cleaning the cum off you, but.
How do you get goofy? Wear a mask? Ooh.
No, I made a sock puppet once.
Did you come back in with the sock puppet?
Or
do you already have it?
No,
ready?
It was like, I hooked up with her, and it was weird, and she's like, oh, this is awkward. I'm like, no, it's not. I just grabbed my sock off the floor. I was like, oh, I got it. Started making sock puppet noises. And just
You're pretty.
I made him French all of a sudden.
I don't know if a man came back with a sock puppet.
It was one of my shining moments in sex.
Yeah, honestly, killed it. Tight five.
That moment, she told her friends I was good in bed. And I'm like, I'm fucking selfish.
You're like, no, but that sock puppet.
Yeah, it's like, but that really, it was a strong closer. That's all you need in life is a strong closer. She remembered the end, not the beginning or middle.
And you're like, this is not for you. This was all for me.
Someday I'm going to tell this story in a podcast.
And it's going to kill. And it did. It's hilarious.
One.
Was there eyes?
Oh, I didn't come on her face.
No. The sock puppet.
Oh, no. There weren't. But afterward, I put eyes on it. Because I brought it back out.
After she left, I did a whole arts and crafts.
It was heard about, and I was like, all right, I got to bring it back in a bigger form for the joke.
But same size, not bigger form. Same.
Well, I mean, Google it. And it was a different sock. Obviously, that sock got washed. I went and got a specific sock and put googly eyes on it.
It's a Target. You're like, I have a certain
sock.
I'm
at Michael's. What are you making? A cum sock puppet. They go, sir, there's children here. Well,
honestly, if you sold that, I think you would make a lot of money,
That's my new merch, the cum sock puppet.
I'm not even joking.
Maybe that's a good merch idea. Ready, set, blow, cum sock puppets.
If this goes off, I get 10%. Oh, that's what the kids are teaching me.
Easy. Happy to give it to you. Always so much fun having you, baby doll. Where can people find you?
It's at Riley Lassin.
The best.
On all of them.
If you guys don't know her, please go find her.
Thank you.
And I hope to do a show with her in New York in December.
Oh,
so if you can work it out.
A little holiday show.
Oh my God, yeah.
Bring
Especially since you're Jewish and I don't care about Jesus. We'll do shows on Christmas Day.
Those are the best shows too.
Oh my God, I always go to the.
Nobody wants to be with their families. Yeah.
The rejects are out.
Yeah, we love it. Mm-hmm.
Well, thanks for coming on as always.
Thank you.
Let you go to your show. Obviously, guys, follow me at Randy Blow. Follow the podcast at Ready Set Blow. All the shit I should tell you at the beginning, but I never do. Love you guys. Peace.